Hey, welcome back, viewers, to my channel, Martin Day Trades. I am Martin Gonzalez, and today I caught a dub. I finally caught a win. So I did take two trades today. My first trade was a break-even trade, and I was looking for buys, but I knew that if the buy I was getting in could have just been the retracement for the re-entry, a break and retest for that re-entry for short continuation move. My trade going long got stopped out break even, came down, came back up, and I knew that that moment going back up was probably the moment where for the short entry, for if you miss the actual optimal trade entry, would have been a good entry to get in. And by doing so, I caught a one, risking one to make a reward of 3.68, I believe, or 6.2, 3.62. So I risked one to make 3.68, which was pretty good. So I was down 2.5 trades going into the market open. I made this. Now I'm up $260 in the account. Now, with that being said, I did miss that one trade last week where YM1 went to go create a new all-time high, and I missed a TP6 trade. I was break even on that day. So I could have been up $1,500 for that. And then I did move my stop loss back into negative territory from when I had originally moved to break even in two trades. That's another 1.5 that I took away from my profit. So I would be up an additional 7.5 right now. Going into this, I would be up essentially 8.5. Wait up. So I just want to go take you guys to the TradeZilla chart right now so we can actually see what I would be up if I was doing this. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard. So you can see here on this date right here that I was break even, but this is the day that should have been a $1,500 day. And then these 2 days should have not been, they should have been zeros. So 1,500 plus 900, what is that? $2,400. Right now, I would only need $600 to pass these combines. A simple, 2.5, right? Simple 2.5 trade. But because I took these unnecessary losses and I missed out on this trade right here, it actually hindered me from doing as good as I know I could be doing. Now, with that being said, I am still going to look for a TP3, TP4, TP5, TP6 trade going into the rest of this week. The market hasn't been giving a big moves today. It kind of did. But what I want to do is this trade right here essentially makes up for these trades. I'm barely up $250. So with that being said, I really need to calm down on moving my break even to negative ones. This day right here, I took two trades. My first trade did get stopped out break even, but then I knew I was probably on the wrong side of the trade and I went in for the short. See guys right here, I was in drawdown and in one good day, I made it all back. Plus, I'm in profit now. So what I want to do is just continue to show you guys that small losses are okay. Now, you can still be profitable with small losses, but I literally gave back some of my profit by right here by just moving my break even stop loss to being a negative $135.60 and negative $257.80. So I really got to try to make these, limit these. But then this day right here kind of really hurt me. Even at worst case scenario, I took a TP4, I'd be up $1,000. So, my goal going into, the rest of the week is to just really just lock in and do the best I know I can. So what I want to do is go to the charts and do my daily journal with you guys. So I already screenshot this. What I wanted to show you guys was this right here. The entry was at 930 for the shorts, right at about 45,050. Okay. Now, where does that align though? Like, what confluence it was there to even get in at that point, right? To go down to the 800. That would have been a nice 1 to 5 risk to reward, letting it, if you held it longer for that, like for the day, and someone probably could have, you know, they could have had a nice 1 to 6 easy, right? Because this move, if you got in right here, we could do a fib from this high to this low, and it retraced to the 50%, right? So if someone, you know, was break even up here, there's no way that it would have been close. You could have had stop loss. You trailed your, you know, right here at 950. This Asian session, you know, you could have been at safe at a TP2 100 points, and it would have got close, but it would have never stopped you out. Even keeping it at 1.5 or even TP1 at 45,000, this trade would have came up but never came down. Now, if I was in this trade at the optimal trade entry and I had caught that 1 to 6 move earlier and I didn't move my stop loss to from break even to losses, I probably would have held, if I had gotten the optimal trade entry, I probably would have, you know, well, this trade did come down to TP1 and then came back up, you know, so, but having, you know, held this right at 45,050, there's a lot of room, you know, as this started to break down lower right here, moving the stop loss right above this high would have been really good, and then waited for the retracement, and as it started to fail here with all these candles and then having this big candle going down like this, I probably would have moved my stop loss right here, right above this high, you know, maybe around maybe 45,900, because if I got in at 45,050, that's TP3 right there. And as this started to fall, you know, I would be trailing it down, and then it would have tapped TP6, and that would have been a great day. So I missed the optimal trade entry, which is okay. I do want to delete that. Okay, so what happened here was like, what was it that actually made someone confident enough to get in at that 45,050 mark though, right? That's a, so I see a gap. I don't really see any gaps here. This was created pre-market. 4 hour, let's go to the 1 hour. I think you know, 45,050. This was the 930 bar. I don't really see anything on the hour either, honestly, guys. Like, I have no idea just by looking at this. If I go to the 30-minute, okay, here we go. I see something here. 1, 2, 3 candles, okay? Now, this is, I didn't see this originally, guys. I did not see this originally. Now that I see this, I'm going to be more wary and cautious that there was a 30-minute fair value gap right there. So what I want to do is mark that up as a 30-minute fair value gap. And that was the optimal trade entry right there. So as price came up and wicked into this, you know, 45,058, I would have got a better fill than that 45,050. I would have got 58, 45,058, because it went right up into this. Well, maybe not 58. Let's say 58. That's still 58 right there. So I would have got that, you know, entry as it came up at 930. Let's see if that actually happened, right? On the smaller time frame. Oh no. So we marked up this 30-minute fair value gap, and you can see right at 9:30, price wicked up, came into here. This would have been a really good entry. I would have had that, guys, but I just didn't see it at the time, right? For the shorts, this would have been a great trade, guys. Oh my God. Got in right at this point right here, been break even, and just rode this wave. Got in, you know, I would have probably held it a little lower, honestly, but yeah, this is the entry was the 30-minute fair value gap. So what I want to do is go to my journal, add a note, and we're gonna just write some stuff here. My trade idea for my first trade was off the London low for a buy opportunity to go long. However, I knew that the trade I was getting on was the retracement for the bearish continuation move that was already showing. I got stopped out break even. My second trade was getting in on the bearish 50% fib retracement for the short move. I caught a R to R of 1 to 3.62. My trade idea was A plus, A minus, and my trade management was A plus. The actual optimal trade entry was the 30-minute fair value gap to 45,058, and it played out perfectly. Yeah, so that would have been a very good trade right here, this 30-minute fair value gap. Now, sorry guys for taking a little long. It's 15 minutes. I want to wrap this up. You guys know what now how the trade played out, what exactly happened. I'm up in my account, my combine account. I'm up $260. That means I need $2,750 to pass this combine. I have today was the first day of the start of the second week. I still have essentially 14 trading days. I know what I know, and I could easily catch a 1 to 4, 5, and 6 going into these new days. I'm going to really try not to move my break even stop loss and just play the long term game and catch really good trades so that I could just keep giving myself cushion room. Now, if I finish in profit by the end of the month, but I haven't met the profit target, that doesn't mean I lose the account. What they do, Top Step, is they recharge me. I keep my credentials and I continue where I left off. Let's say I'm at $2,250 at the end of the month, the billing cycle. They will charge me another $200 for 450K combines, but I continue the following month at 2,250. That means all I need is a TP3, which I did today, essentially TP 3.5, to get funded another $200,000. I'll be risking $500, $100 spread across 5 accounts, to be making $200 spread across 5 accounts, essentially $1,000. Today, I caught a 3.5. If I was risking, $100 across 5 accounts, that's $1,500. I want to say, what is that, guys? 3.5 times 500. And it was actually 3.6. What was this? 3.64. This would have been a $1,820 day. Now, if I did catch the 1 to 6, if I had that optimal trade entry at the 30-minute fair value gap, that would have been a $3,000 day. So please subscribe, like, comment. I'll be back tomorrow to give you guys more value, whether I lose, have a break-even day, or I catch a win. I'm going to show you guys exactly why I did what I do tomorrow so that you guys can be prepared in these markets to kind of trade the way I trade, because the way I trade is what's going to make me millions of dollars. I finally understand what it means to have a system, stick to a system psychologically and emotionally, and to just have faith in the fact that I've put in all these years. I used to trade certain ways. Now that I journal every day, journaling is probably the number one reason why I've gotten so good in the past couple of months, just tidying everything up. And, I just want to be here to show you guys what's possible if you guys just do the work. So please have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.